Hello, America. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to my review of 90 Day Fiance. Before the 90 days, season boring, episode fucking boring. Um, okay. I knocked this out last night because I was supposed to wake up and do things, and I didn't wake up and do things. Anyway, we see Caesar. Caesar is still being sad because Maria isn't there. Caesar says he's frustrated that she didn't tell him and that he didn't have the money. He calls and asks, why didn't she say anything sooner? And she doesn't give a response. Oh, also, if you like this channel, please subscribe. Um, he says, well, okay, I can get you another ticket to Mexico. She says, I'm not going to Mexico. I'm tired. He says, I've done everything. I've done everything. She said, yeah, I know, Caesar. You're always trying to be the victim and working hard because of me, but that's your problem, not mine. He says, I love you. You keep acting negative. She says, I don't know if I love you, man. And maybe it wasn't meant for us to be in this lifetime. And he says, so are you saying that it's over? And she says, yes, I'm saying that it's over. And then hang up the phone. The producer gonna say, did she break up with you? No. Like, girl, you manufactured the whole story. You should know. Fuck. Anyway, he crying, then he go out on the balcony to cry. And I'm like, well, at least you got your money back. Or, so you could pay for your rent. Because wasn't your rent due? Or did the producers pay for your rent? Y'all, I ran out of eyebrow stuff for my eyebrows. And I had to go get some. Well, I didn't get nothing. I had to tell my husband to get some because I can't be out here without no eyebrows. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm on YouTube without eyebrows, but I'm going to try to be, a different lady. Anyway, Caesar is crying. He crying. Maria don't want his ass. And yeah, that's the end of their story. I'm trying to get this bitch open. Damn. I want to see if this is, yeah, they're my color. They're my color, boy. I always go to the store and forget which color. Well, always go get a new one and forget which color it is because this is something different. Anyway, I'm sorry. Y'all didn't come here for this. Anyway, we see, it's so boring. We see Tim, he says in all of his years, he's never had a woman throw a drink in his face. But he knows that he's in the wrong, so he doesn't blame her, and he'll try to fix it. She did not apologize for it, which, whatever. Anyway, Tim has asked Jennifer to meet him in the park. Jennifer says that she feels betrayed and he may not be the man that she wants. He apologizes and said that he was struggling whether to tell her or not. She says that she wants him to explain why he got an attitude after she asked about the text. He says it's not that deep, but it didn't affect me. She says, well, it had to affect you, if you felt some type of way. She asks, are you over your ex? He says, yes, but I didn't get closure. And my ex was the one who made the decision not to fix the relationship and blah, blah, blah. He says that he doesn't have any intention to respond to the text from the ex. And he's here for her and Violet, and he promises to be honest, and she forgives him. Jennifer says that they both are broken from their previous relationship, so they may not know how, oh, okay, blurry. They may not know how to love each other and blah, blah, blah. Then they go on, I know it's not called a zip line, but we don't call it a zip line, up to, I know what it's called, but I can't think of it. Up to the man who be like this. And, they taking pictures. Jennifer says that she realizes that he's trying and he is very good with Violet. Tim says that they haven't had their first kiss yet because it hasn't been the right time, but he knows that he needs to jump on the ball before it becomes too late. Then he tells them that they will have a beautiful baby, and I was like, he said if the baby get, most of your features, and I'm like, I'm sorry, but that baby do have to get most of her features, even though I know I look a mess. I don't like having my shoulders out. I just be feeling all, I don't know. But look, I know I look a mess, but GD, that's all I gotta say. Anyway, um, Jennifer found it funny that he was talking about having kids with one another and he hasn't even made a move on her. But yeah, that's the end of their story. Okay. We see Avery, Omar, and Terry. Um, it's the night before her wedding. They are Avery and Omar in the room writing in. She practicing writing her name in Arabic. And Terry is like, okay, you need to get out because I want to go to sleep. So she talks to Avery and she's like, are you sure you want to marry him? Do you find it odd that, he went on a Muslim dating site and found an American? And Avery was like, no, if he wanted someone to just swindle, he would have gotten someone. And Terry was like, I mean, he did get someone. You're here, you're about to marry him in a couple of days. And maybe he just wants to come to America. And Avery was like, we don't have to live in America. We can live somewhere else. We can live in a Middle Eastern company. A Middle Eastern company. GD, I'm going to say it again. A Middle Eastern country, okay? I'm kind of mad because I was playing my game last night, If y'all don't know, I play The Sims. If you don't know what The Sims is, then I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, I was playing The Sims, and I went to go say, now, it's a long story. I got a lot of stuff installed into my game. But bitch, I done moved this whole into my Sim story is way more interested than these people. When I tell you she's a sugar baby, she making money, doing her own thing, she she a cool woman, okay? And I moved her into this luxurious penthouse basically, right? Spent all that time doing all that other stuff, decorating the house, putting, everything together. And I went to go save my game and went to, come in here to go to sleep. So I go back out there and it's still saving. And I'm like, this is not it. This is not what we need. So, of course, I wake up and the game is still saving, which means I had to exit out the game. So all of the stuff that I did, the progress is lost. And I'm a little bit angry because I was going to make her sugar daddy today. And I'm just a little mad, okay? Just a teeny weensy mad, okay? Anyway, sorry. Anyway, Avery says he doesn't have a problem moving or not moving to America. So you need to get that out your head. So she goes and she knocks on Omar's door to say, I'm going to tell him we're not moving to America. And he doesn't answer the door. I'm like, where that nigga at? Where he at? Anyway, she says, I'll be fine living anywhere as long as I'm living with him. And Terry is like, he's Syrian. What people would want him in their country? And I'm like, you better shut your bitch ass up, because you getting on my nerves with this whole he's Syrian shit. You getting on my damn nerves with that. Who is chewing so loudly? Why do my cat have to chew so damn loud? Like, just eat your damn food. Anyway, she starts crying because she's tired of having to defend him and stick up for him, and she just wants her mom to be happy for her. Terry says that as the mother, she has to tell Avery. That's a weird name. She has to tell Avery about the risks and, the shakiness. Avery says our situation isn't fair, and in order for us to be considered in a serious relationship, we have to get married. Terry says that she does want to be wrong. She does want him to be her daughter's partner for life, you know, but she has to show her the truth as well. And Avery says that she's marrying him regardless. So Avery's going to marry him regardless, okay? The only person who is holding this show with the level of cringe, and honestly, I know that we talk about her all the time. Darcy is holding the show together. She is. She really is. Yeah. Did they show everybody, or do they have more people? I'm so confused because I get 90 Day the Other Way mixed in with Before the 90 Days. Do they show all the people? Because I feel like they do. But Darcy is by far, Darcy needs therapy. So it's very interesting to watch Darcy. Like if anybody watched Love After Lockup with Andrea and Lamar, Andrea needs therapy. So it was very interesting to watch her do things and be like, I'm going to hold him captive and think that that's something you're supposed to do, and it's not. So, anyway. Oh, Lord. We see Akini and Benjamin. Akini is still last night, when she was crying and she didn't want Benjamin to walk her back. And Benjamin can't help but think that Fidel may have said something disapproving of him to their father, and that's why the father didn't show up. She tells him to go, so now he must go to Fidel and tell them to go back to the house. He tells the brother that, Keeney just got overwhelmed and needed time alone. Fidel blames Benjamin. And instead of defending himself, Benjamin decides to, because he needs Fidel's blessing. Fidel tells him that he needs to work on himself because this is the second time that you did something wrong. The first time was not bringing a gift. So we see the next scene. Benjamin is singing hymns in his shorts. And he's still a little bit, I don't know what to say. He's still a little bit uncertain about what happened with Akini last night. Akini texts Benjamin to meet her downstairs because she doesn't want to see Fidel. Akini said that her brother said in Swahili, "You've embarrassed our family." So basically, in their culture, if you bring a man to meet your father and your father don't show up, then that's bringing shame to your family. And I said, look. You bringing shame? So the nigga who didn't show up ain't bringing shame, but you bringing shame. Okay, I get it. And that really hurt her. And Akini says that she didn't want to talk about it. And Benjamin was like, I mean, this is kind of a red flag for in the future because clearly she doesn't have the best communication tools. And Benjamin is like, okay, so if your brother or your family asks, what do I say? And she said, don't say nothing. Don't tell them nothing. She was really sad, and I thought it was a bunch of bullshit at first, from the previews and stuff, but I don't know. I got a bad vibe from Fidel when I first seen him talking about, you have to get your house in order. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But talking about you got to get your damn house in order. And I was like, nigga, is your house in order? Don't sit up here and tell me about my house. But see, that's the type of person I am. So I can't go and travel across the world to meet somebody. Because speaking of, anyway, Benjamin said he doesn't want the relationship to end because of her brother. Anyway, moving on. Speaking of someone who's traveled across the world to act like a 14-year-old girl who doesn't know how to speak up for herself, can anybody guess it? Ba-da-ba-bow. Beep-bop-boo. Ba-da-ba-bow. Come on, can anybody guess it? Can anybody guess it? You right there. Did you say Rebecca? Bitch, you're right. What the fuck is wrong with Rebecca? That woman had tears in her eyes, and I said, "You're grown. You don't know." Anyway, they go to the market to buy some spices, I guess, because they're going to see Benjamin. They're going to see Zied's sister, who ain't too fond of Rebecca taking her brother to some country to be away from his damn family. Rebecca hopes that she can leave an engaged woman because she loves spending time with Zied. Zied said that his father didn't like the tattoos, but his parents have accepted her, and that makes him feel at ease. Ziad says that his sister's biggest problem is him moving to America and leaving his family behind. And anyway, Rebecca is worried that his sister will make her feel guilty about taking him to America. She's afraid that if she doesn't make a good impression, then it could damage the relationship. Okay. So his sister, I can't remember, Webby, that's not, Wami, it was something with a W. I know for a fact it was something with a W. And it was like four letters. Wami, Webby, Wami, Wami. Anyway, I think it wasn't Wami. We're going to call her W because I can't think of her damn name. Anyway, I already knew she wasn't about the bullshit when she said, I told Ziad how I felt and I'm going to tell her how I feel too. Rebecca standing up there like she too damn scared. Girl, what's wrong with you? She told Ziad in the car not to leave her alone with his sister. And I'm like, that's physically impossible. What if I got to pee? What if I got to pee? You can't stay around my sister for 2 seconds while I go pee. Girl, get out of here. Anyway, she's W asks Rebecca, you love, oh no, Rebecca was trying to say something to W and W was like, y'all hear something? Then she said, you love my brother? Yes, I love your brother. You in love with my brother? Yes, I'm in love with your brother. She said, okay. So why should my brother have to sacrifice his whole life and go to America and you ain't sacrificing? And she said, I don't know. And I said, you don't know? Girl, what the fuck is wrong with you? Then Rebecca said the most American thing I've ever heard out of all these dumbass Americans who go to these countries and try to get foreigners to come over here and be their lover. She said, I had always looked at him going to America as me giving him an opportunity to come somewhere. I had never thought about the fact that he would have to leave his family behind. You had never thought about the fact that he was a person who was raised by people who had a family. Are you fucking dumb? Like, what do you, that's the stupidest, most American thing I've ever heard any of these dumbass Americans say. Who says stuff like that? I didn't know that he actually had people who cared about him. What? Dummy. Anyway, they sit down and the sister asks him in their language. I don't know what language they speak. Sound like got a little French in there. I don't know. Anyway, the sister asks him in their language how many times has she been married. She says 3. I thought it was 2. So when she said 3, I said 3. You can't marry my brother. And W said, okay. So you've been married 3 times and they was all bad guys. And she said yes. Okay. So what makes my brother so different from all these other people you was with? And here she said, I don't know. I don't know. She says, I can't put it into words how I feel about him, but he is different. Girl, this is the one time that you got to put this shit into words. The only time that you got to open up your mouth and put stuff into words and you can't put into words how he's different. Rebecca, how old are you? Huh? You might as well go on over with Jenny and let Submit tell you that he gonna marry your ass after he divorced his first wife and married Jenny, didn't divorce Jenny and marry your ass. Cause you a little dumb, ain't you? Just a tad bit dumb. What's wrong with you? She pissed me off. Anyway. The sister is laughing at her because he says, who was your ex before your ex? And the sister said, ex before the ex. Girl, Chile. Woo-hoo, you got a lot of kids. You got a lot of relationships. And she says she feels really bad and really sad because not only does she have a secret that she's married, but she has another secret. I knew what the secret was because I'm like, it's something forbidden in his culture. Like, girl, why you gotta tell that nigga everything? Huh? Anyway, Rebecca, they leave, and Rebecca tells Ziad by himself that she's never loved anyone like she's loved him. But she couldn't say that in front of his sister, right? And she's worried once she goes back to America, his family will change his mind. He says that this is my life and I love you regardless. And Rebecca says, but there's still a lot that you don't know about me. She says, so you're gonna love me no matter what. And he says, yeah. And she said, I was in a relationship with a woman. And he said, what? I don't think he understood. I was in a relationship with a woman. Doing what? Okay. I was in a relationship doing that. And he says, oh, no, look. Let's not tell my parents this. And she get all in her feelings and say, yeah, let's not tell your parents who I really am. Girl, then marry an American man who don't give a damn. What are you talking about? This is his culture. This is his religion. You can't come up in here with your tattooed arms and your red hair and your photoshopped face and sit up here married and talk about, yeah, let's just not tell him. Ooh, Chile. Anyway, Rebecca just wants to make sure that they're strong enough to be together. And she's worried that when she tells him that she's married, this will be too much. This will be the straw that broke the Photoshop camel's back. Okay. Last but the best person on this show. I'm sorry. Okay. I know that what's her name? What's her name? Darcy is crazy. But it's, oh no, I forgot about Angela. Look. Angela said, I'm done, Michael. I'm done. She went back. She said, I hired a black SUV. Girl, you ain't hired no damn SUV. That's the damn producer's car. Anyway, for some reason, somehow they arrived at the hotel. I'm giving you the condensed version because I don't give a damn. They arrived at the hotel. She drinking, chain smoking. Well, she chain smoking when she got upstairs. I said, I ain't got nothing to say about what I said. But I ain't got nothing to say about what I said. Anyway, he said, I brought you a bear. She said, she said, I don't want your damn bear. So now this nigga gonna turn around. Why are you driving so loud? Damn. Anyway, he says he never thought that she saw the picture, so he thought that it would be good to lie to her. So he lied, and now he got to make it right. He says he can't leave until she want to talk. She goes up into the hotel room, chain smoking, drinking a 40. Then what I'm trying to figure out is his clothes was in the suitcase. You being an ignorant ass bitch dumped his clothes out and then pushed the suitcase out and his clothes out. So Michael had to sleep in the car. He said, she's made me sleep in the car. No, Michael, you made yourself sleep in the car. Okay? Anyway, she said she want to go out on the town for the next morning and she want to go get her hair done. She go outside. Michael is out there. Baby. Mm-mm. Leave me alone, Michael. So what she said? Michael. Leave me alone. So he's like, let me get the car. I'm sorry. He goes to get the car. She said, okay, go get the car. She leaves his ass. He like, oh, you ain't gonna fool me. So he runs. He I guess doesn't catch up to her. She go get her hair braided. Why? Because I guess she trying to be Stella, who got the groove back. But you know the original story of Stella? Huh? Anyway, she talking to the lady, and the lady is like, yeah, I married a Nigerian man. I guess the lady is a Nigerian. And she's like, oh, well, can you tell me, like, how to deal with this? Did your husband lie to you? And that lady said, no. I love him. He loved me. Okay, so I don't know what you talking about. Anyway, Michael came up in there. She talking about she had to leave. That hairdresser grabbed her so fast. Because, bitch, you didn't pay yet. Okay? You gonna leave when I charge you $200 for these motherfucking braids that I'm putting in your head. Okay? Anyway, he done brought her a damn cake like he did last time because you showed him that you can just eat a cake and it'll be fine. Brought her the cake. The hairdresser tells him to leave. He waits outside. She gets her hair done. She says, I'm done with you, Michael. I'm done. Slams the cake in his face. He says, I had to sleep outside. She threw my clothes outside and she put a cake in my face. I'm starting to see that this relationship is done and I won't be able to get to America. And I said, are you just doing all of this to get to America? Because if you doing all of this to get to America, I guess you would put up with a lot of stuff to get to America. But if you doing this because you love her, you can love somebody else. But anyway, that's the end of their story. Oh, Michael is embarrassed. Last but not damn least, we see Darcy and Tom. They are on their way to Albania to see Stacy and Florian. Tom doesn't want to go because it's communist country, but he has to compromise because sometimes in relationships you have to compromise. Darcy is very excited to show Stacy her new relationship, but she's nervous that things could go the way that they did with Jesse. You remember Cut It on a Bias. Do you remember Cut It on a Bias? I used to work in the restaurant industry. Cut It on a Bias. You remember that? Anyway, I'm reading like this because I'm ready to get this shit over with. Stacy texts them and tell them that they're meeting at a restaurant, and Tom is like, I want to go to sleep. Darcy, then the whole, like, I need a psychologist, Darcy starts coming out. Because she's like, oh, I have to change my shoes. I got to put on my pumps. And he's like, why? Just wear the shoes that you got on. She's like, no, I'm not going to be shorter than her. And he's like, so you going to unpack all the bags and on the middle of the street so you can get some shoes. And she says, yes. So she puts on her shoes. They go to the restaurant. And they're waiting for, like, I think maybe an hour or so. Darcy keeps texting. Nobody is answering. Then they finally show up and they all hug, and Darcy is angry. You can tell Darcy is angry because Stacy has taken the time to get dialed up, and look. Her outfit was nice, and I guess they always got on makeup, so I'm really confused. Anyway, Tom is like, oh, okay, well, I don't really mind waiting 49 years for you to get here. And she's like, well, it's the only thing that matters is we're here now. No, girl, the only thing that matters is that I waited for your ugly ass and your ugly ass boyfriend. But you see, you can't call her ugly because you calling Darcy ugly. And then Darcy will start crying as usual. Anyway, I feel like Stacy has always had the one up in life. I feel like Stacy is the one that Darcy is chasing. It just seems like it. Anyway, so Darcy is getting insecure about the outfit that Stacy has on because Darcy owns the same outfit, but she wasn't able to show it to Tom first because Stacy had it on. So Tim says he wasn't happy about changing his plans when Darcy asked. And then Darcy starts talking about how she can see herself living wherever Tom lives, in England or Britain, wherever the hell he lived. And she finally feels like she has found her match. And Tom gets uncomfortable and asks Florian if he has a cigarette. So they go outside and smoke. And he's like, how is it going to be with them two together? He says it may be, crazy because they crazy. So Darcy tells Stacy that sparks are flying and that he wants to take it slow. And she really just wants Stacy to accept Tom. Okay. So Tom thinks that Darcy is comparing their relationship to the one with Stacy and Florian. And then we see them, they go on this lover's bridge. Florian talks about how people propose on the bridge and get married on the bridge. And Tom says, I can see why somebody would want to propose because it's so beautiful. Darcy looks at him. He said something about proposing. And I'm like, girl. Whew, Chile. Anyway, they like go down someplace and then they start. Oh, Tom asks Stacy, "Are y'all gonna get married here in the States?" Um, she says we gonna get married both ways. She then asks Tom what's his dream wedding. He says I haven't really thought about it. And then they start talking about, I want you to be happy. I know you want me to be happy. Do you really want me to be happy? I don't really think that you want me to be happy. Do you want me to be happy? Well, it doesn't seem like it. And then Darcy gets tears in her eyes, and you can see that Stacy's a bitch. I'm sorry. But I could see the smugness in Stacy's face, like, Darcy, don't cry. It's not that serious. And I'm just like, and Darcy is fucking crying. And I get, well, no, she get them tears in her eyes, and she just, and I'm like, I hope this is fake because this is so embarrassing, extremely embarrassing. And she just hopes that Tom can look past today and can look past what her and Stacy's dynamic is and can focus on the future. Anyway, I'm done. It took me 32 minutes. I'm not editing this. So if you all like this review, you can like, comment, and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter. Everything else you need to know about me will be down below. My name is Brielle. I make beats. I sing songs. If you like what you see, come on along. Bye.